Now tuning in to Earbud Media. Audio for everyone.
Hey.
Hi.
We're here.
I feel like I'm walking in like 2 hours after my curfew.
Yeah.
And like the room's on fire.
Yeah. Just being like, ooh, what happened here?
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. When I left earlier, I left all the doors open. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Welcome to Into the Twilight, our hour where we pretend
The world isn't on fire. Yeah.
for so many different reasons.
Yes. Ugh, so many intersecting fires the world is going through right now.
I feel like I say this to myself every week, but like when we started this, like 6 years ago, we knew that. We told ourselves that, like, oh, every week we gotta distract ourselves.
Yes.
And yet I feel like I lean on this more and more.
I mean, I appreciate that we have this. You know what I mean? Like, just,
Mood.
you know, outside of us having a good show and that we love each other and all that stuff, whatever, gross.
Ew.
We're just here to gab. We're here to just for 1 hour, not, you know, feel guilty for not doom scrolling and thinking about every conceivable thing. Just having 1 hour a week, you know, of just
right.
letting loose and hopefully having other people come on in and not feel the weight of existence on them all the time.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree. I feel like these last 2 episodes, I felt a little less of that.
Yeah.
Just because y'all are making my emotions activate.
Yes. Right.
Which is particularly rude and disrespectful because I come here to gossip and gab and laugh.
Yeah.
I don't come here to feel things, which is disrespectful. But yes, I completely agree. I come here to laugh about what's supposed to be bad literature.
Right.
That we make fun of. And not things that bring me emotional distress because I care about the characters and their well-being.
Right. Yeah. Whoopsie.
Whoops. God damn it. I feel so silly asking you this, but how are you? How are you?
You know. Listen, we're here.
Yes.
We're as good as we can be. I want to, for my happy thing, I realized I hadn't talked about it because I think there were other things that just came up that were more current. But I do want to flex that I have been back in my RuPaul's Drag Race era, which is very exciting for me because back in like college, I was, you know, deep into RuPaul's Saw game. You know, right? Yes. I was deep in it. I cared about I like watched every season. I knew all the queens. I liked, you know, that. And I was just like, and it was at a time where that wasn't a very popular thing to see. And I was too young to like go to drag bars and stuff like that. So this was like, oh shit, let's fucking go, you know? And also I loved America's Next Top Model, and it's essentially that, but with drag, and it's better.
That is correct.
So, and like a little bit less emotional abuse, which is great. There's a new season of All Stars, which I think, A, is the perfect gateway to get back into any season of Drag Race. But also, if you are just starting and unsure of where to start, I think it is a great place to go. Because it is all winners.
God, this All-Stars too.
It's so good. And All-Stars is a great spin-off of Drag Race, right? Because it's like, ooh, people that like want a second shot of getting that crown, right? Or people that you love that maybe didn't get the best cut. But now it's like everybody's already won. So now we gotta like make the stakes a little bit higher and add some more strategy here And the way they do it is fabulous. I am very invested. I am very into it. Outside of the Nancy Pelosi jump scare, I've been very into, like, everyone's on their top game. And I would die for every single one of them. And nobody gets eliminated. Yes. It's incredible.
Right.
Ugh.
I love Drag Race so much. And by that, I mean, like, I hate RuPaul.
Yes, right. Crucial disclaimer.
And I hate the contract.
Yes. Oh my God.
That the queens have to sign to be on Drag Race. But I love watching Drag Race. Yes. Because it is so messy. But I agree. I think that the All-Star seasons are just so next level. Mm-hmm. That it is hard when you have been steeped in it for so long to not watch it. Yeah. And I think that I just try to pretend that Rue's not there.
Yes, right. As best you can.
For the queens.
Yeah.
Which is important. So.
What is your happy thing? And how are you vibing? I am alive. Yeah. Congratulations.
I'm alive. Thank you. My happy thing is an update on my bird feeders that I provided for my cats in Richmond. Earlier this week, there was a new, well, here's the thing. So anytime that there's a new bird that I don't recognize, I text a photo of it to friend of the family, Rachel.
Hell yeah.
And she will identify it for me.
Incredible.
And let me know what it is so that I don't get scared. Most of them are very small. They're very small. I think they're called finches, so I don't get scared by them as much because I could fight the bird.
Yeah.
I don't get scared by them. It's not like seagulls anymore. I couldn't fight those birds. Now, earlier this week, there was a new bird, and it was pretty big, and it was black, but it had this red highlight on one part of its body. Ooh. And this motherfucker screamed so loud. I thought the batteries in my fire alarm were, going out. You know how when those go out, they just, scream?
Yes, right.
And I was like, what the fuck is this bird? So I texted Rachel. I found out that it's called a red-winged blackbird. Ooh. Which, the creativity, you know? Apparently, only the boy birds get the, red highlight. Apparently, the girl birds are, brown, which feels rude.
Yeah.
And this bird kept coming by, and I was like, okay, is this a Beatles thing? What is this? Why are there blackbirds? What is this? But every time that I saw it, I kept thinking of one of the earliest crushes that I had, which is War and Peace from Sky High.
Oh my gosh.
Because he also had black hair with the titular red highlight.
Yeah. Oof.
And so every time that this blackbird would come by this week, I was like, what's up, Warren? And then it would just keep screaming at me.
So you got a little bad boy in your...
I know.
Got a little bad boy bird. Love that.
It was a very, bad boy blackbird. Anyways, as far as the enrichment goes, my cats love it. I have never, prior to moving here, heard them do the, you know how cats, when they see something, they, squeak? I don't know how to describe it, but they, I always saw it on TikTok before, but, when cats see birds, they, it's not screeching, but their mouth, jiggles or whatever. Yeah. They do that now, and they, love watching the birds, which makes me happy, because now they're not, climbing on me, which I love. So, anyways, I saw War and Peace from Sky High, and I'd never seen a blackbird before, so...
Wow.
I still don't trust it. Yeah. Because very loud. Very scary. But we're vibing.
I'm obsessed.
Yeah. I still don't know how I feel about birds, but I just feed them. I'm just their servant who gives them a lot of sunflower seed now.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
and I leave them alone.
I love all the bird updates. It's very, very joyful.
Yeah. Very tangentially related current events this week.
Yes.
Which I will let you choose.
Oh, shit.
Which one would you like to select?
Ooh. I think I want to go with Penn first. Let's do a little Penn check-in.
Okay.
So
it's been a while.
It's been a minute since we've checked in on our dear friend, Penn Badgley. This is from Barstool Sports.
Yeah, can you just bleep that out?
Sorry. But this original interview happened on the Today Show. So this is from the Today Show, okay?
Yeah.
Penn Badgley was on the Today Show, and he revealed that when he was a child, from like 9 to 12, he was a voice actor for some video games you might have played in your childhood. Them being Mario Golf and Mario Tennis.
Sure.
And he was the kid, or just kid, it looks like, and had a very memeable line in it, which, if you are familiar with the N64 games, of just a kid saying, or like sneezing, having a very, impassioned sneeze. That was our boy, Joe Goldberg.
I love him.
This man always just has another trick up his sleeve,
So I heard that they are remaking Gossip Girl. I know that you rewatched it recently. I've never seen it.
Oh my god, Allie.
And I'm thinking about, now that I have speed run.
Yeah, if you need another 6-season show to speed run in a week or two, this is the one to do it. It is so easy to speed run. It's incredibly 2005, 2006. There is a whole episode that is directed by Amy Heckerling of Clueless and Fast Times at Ridgemont High fame, and it is also scored by Frank Ocean, all Frank Ocean songs.
Oh my
so
God,
that's wait till the end, but it is incredibly good. I think you would absolutely love it. Penn is very hilarious in it. The new Gossip Girl does not hit the same way, but it's also fine. But you need the classics. You need history.
Okay. All right. Next week, that's my homework. I will bring thoughts about Gossip, because I haven't seen any. The only things I know are from osmosis of culture. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. That's what I will do. Because the idea of, one of the ways, I guess this is a tangential, happy thing, but the only thing that's been, helping exist in the world right now has been, older pieces of content, just, putting something on to, not exist. Speaking of which, so, apparently, I've heard from the news, and this piece from what looks like a fake website, the Goa Spotlight, one of the actors that we have talked about before, Jamie Campbell Bower, is in the new season of Stranger Things.
Yes.
This man is not new to big series / works at all.
No.
This man was Caius in Twilight.
Yes.
This man was in Mortal Instruments, which I've never read, by the way.
Yeah.
I've never read a Cassandra Clare thing.
And God bless you for it.
I just know her, drama from existing. And then apparently he's the bad boy in Stranger Things that I've seen all over TikTok.
Yeah, all the memes.
I just found it interesting because I saw people both on Twitter and TikTok the last couple of weeks being like, oh my god, did you realize this guy was in Twilight? And it's like, yes.
Yeah.
He knows how to play an evil character. Okay. We have a listener question here.
Yeah.
Would you like to read this?
Sure, I guess. Ugh. Okay. This is from Aaron. Thank you, Aaron. Who writes, Rose and Dimitri proposal. First of all, how dare you? Okay, so I'm listening to the app right now, and I couldn't stop thinking about India's question and y'all's answers, which are very good. However, I think what happens is this. For a while, Rose has no interest in marriage because she's with Dimitri, so who cares, not her. Marriage is just a piece of paper. Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Dimitri is interested but wouldn't push it. Everything's fine until Lissa gets engaged and she has her royal wedding. And Rose realizes how nice it would be to have this whole ceremony and party and the officialness of it all. So then she does change her mind and proposes to Dimitri constantly. Kind of as a bit, kind of serious, and he'd always say no because it's not the right time. / we're so busy being guardians. / we probably couldn't have a honeymoon, etc.
He's a blushing bride.
Yeah. But all that time, Dimitri was scheming with Lissa and Rose's mom and dad to get blessings and rings and a party after he proposes because she doesn't want a big public thing. And then he accidentally proposes while they're like going to bed and he thinks she's already asleep, but she brings it up the next day like, did you really mean that? Did you really want to marry me? And he's all flustered because he doesn't get caught off guard. And he's like, yeah, I do. Do you want to marry me? And she says yes. And then they have their big sweet engagement party. But that's just me. Y'all,
fuck you.
I can't believe I can't do this anymore.
That's just me.
I can't do this anymore. I'm emotionally raw. I'm tired. I'm sad. I can't think about Rose and Dimitri in all these different cute ways. After what we've read this week, how... Okay. First of all, Erin, this is true. Yes.
This is factual. This is canon.
Yeah,
this makes a lot of sense in my brain.
You did great.
Because, of course, he would do it in the, like, quote, traditional way, right?
Yeah.
And he would have this, like, he would get the blessing,
right? Yeah.
And, like, and he would have a party and stuff. But, like, fuck you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but, like, how dare you make me think of that?
Oh, no. I also do love the idea that Rose is like, it's just a piece of it. Like, no. And it did take seeing her best friend have a wedding for her to realize, like, oh.
It's actually kind of sick.
It's not just so I could, like, be happy, too.
Yeah,
oh,
interesting.
All right, well, maybe
I've never thought of that before.
Maybe I won't tell anyone, but maybe I do want that. Interesting. Fuck that.
Yeah.
God damn it. So, last week, aside from the pain that was caused by the theoretical question that we got about proposals, we had Rose leading our wolf pack of boys.
Yes.
Who are not wolves. I just keep calling them that because they remind me of boys who are wolves. They are hunting for Strigoi in the city. They are the sexiest vampire hunters.
Yeah. They're wearing leather jackets. They're ready to rumble.
Right. That is the only reason why they consider themselves hot and sexy is because they're wearing leather.
And honestly, not wrong.
No, they're not.
That's all you need.
And they're interrogating all of them. And then most of them they kill except for one.
Right.
Who
knows Dimitri.
Does apparently know Dimitri. Yeah. Maybe.
Uh-oh. Bum.
So chapter 17. Where do we start off?
So we're starting off. Rose had to convince the boys to release this Strigoi, right? Because they're like, we want to kill this guy. Well, we can't just let him go. Right. What are we going to do? Why are we here, right?
You just taught us how to kill these dudes.
Right. But they do respect her so much. And they're like, all these boys are just like, oh my God, wow.
Little birds looking at her. Are you my mom?
And Rose is like, I don't want these guys to, like, worship me. Like, I'm kind of overwhelmed by this adoration. Also, these guys this whole time have been like, I don't like authority. We're not doing the traditional guardian route. We're unpromised. Let's go. Let's do it. Yeah.
But also, I'm baby.
And you do seem like you know what you're doing. So I am going to follow you with whatever you do. So whatever you think is right, Rose. Thank you. She kind of talks about how their, like, little routine is going, with all that. Some of the dudes, when they don't follow her, kind of get into fucked up situations where they're like, I could do this on my own. Spoiler alert, they cannot. They cannot. And Rose is especially feeling this pressure of being like, I'm ostensibly a leader to these kids, but also, like, I don't want, if anyone gets fucked up and die, like, I don't want that to be on me. Like, I'm very protective of this, and this is all, they clearly, like, are invested in my expertise here. And like, if someone goes out and does their own thing, like that sucks. And I'm going to feel like all this pain and emotion and all those things. So it's a lot of like things weighing on Rose in addition to all the other things weighing on Rose all the time. So
it's too many plates.
Yeah, a lot of plates over here. She's going back to her nighttime schedule, you know, back to the academy schedule of being like, yeah, just out here hunting, you know, except for Tamara, I guess, because she has like a job, like a real job. So she's like, okay, you do your thing. We'll sync up later. Okay.
It does seem like, aside from when they are hunting for Strigoi, that there is a lot of downtime.
Yeah.
And so she does use a lot of that downtime to just keep visiting Lissa.
Yeah, she notices that like they've been doing so well at hunting too, and she's like, I guess a lot of these guys are scared now. They're not really popping out as much, so we're just kind of vibing. And so she just, as her great coping mechanism, is to just see how Lissa's doing. Turns out, not good. Not very well. Incredibly unwell.
Very bad.
Oh, this scene is so sad.
It's so... So Avery's bad.
Yeah,
right?
we've come full circle here. Avery is bad.
We don't know what...
We try to give her the benefit of the doubt, but no.
Because we don't know... Well, we know at least, because Lissa knows anyways, like, Avery is not a spy for Tatiana.
Right. But there's something else going on here. That's sus.
But she's still bad.
Right.
It's just that Rose doesn't know what, and Lissa doesn't know what, but something's up.
Yeah.
They're still at the court, the royal court at this point, and it's her and Avery and Adrian, and then I think Jill's still there too.
Jill pops up.
And Lissa's getting, like, sloppy drunk.
Yeah, like, very concerning level of drunk. And everyone around her is kind of like, hey, bestie, are you good? But not in a way that's, like, actually concerned for her. In a way that Rose would be.
Like, oh, Lissa.
Right, it's like, you're so silly. Oh my god, don't fall over like that. Or, oh my god, can we just get some food or something? Like, it's all just very surface level concern as someone who is drunk, right? And Lissa's just had it. You know, she's like, I've been doing all this royal shit all day. Tatiana's asked me to do all this shit. I hate it here. Everything sucks. Like, I'm just gonna drink away my misery, and that's fine. And you guys can just deal with it, okay?
Because fucking Tatiana introduced her to the two guardians that she wants to take over for one.
Right,
Rose,
yes.
But also Janine if Rose were not to come back. And so naturally, like, Lissa doesn't want to be here. Right. The royal court obviously, like, pisses her off and is boring. Right. But also, that brought up a lot of weird feelings. And even though it seems like Avery's judging her and is like, are you keeping track of how much you've been drinking? She's still kind of, like, feeding her alcohol. Right. So Lissa's like, well, I don't have anything else. I've got fuck all to do right now.
Also, notably, Christian is not here. He did not come on the trip here. So there's a lot of things going on here. That's not a great mental state for Lissa to be in, especially compounded with alcohol.
And it's like, this is an awkward situation. Right. She wants to have something in her hand. Yep. It makes sense that she'd be like, well, I guess I'm going to just drink these. Right.
Oh, God.
It's bad.
And Lissa keeps being like, I'm fine. Not the truth, Lissa. It's okay.
Yeah. It's bad when, like, Ambrose comes by.
Oh, yeah. Hottie massage man. Yeah.
And it's bad when, like, I think Jill comes by.
Yes.
And then it gets really bad. Because I think that's when Lissa's like, you know what I need to do right now? I need to, one, have a sandwich.
Yeah, I need to get some food in this body.
And I think it's one of those, like, mini sandwiches, like, you know, where it's, like, cut and then they put a little...
Yeah, right.
and then I need to find these random girls who are dancing on a table, and I need to become best friends with them.
These are my girlies now, because my homies don't respect me anymore. They can't handle how much I want to drink and party. They're not cool anymore. But these girls are fun, so I'm going to go over there. Yep. And then...
And everything is great for Lissa.
Everything's so good, and then she eats shit. Just fully falls. And who is it to help her and pick her back up? Aaron.
Random ex-boyfriend that we haven't seen in like
3 literally minutes. It's like we completely, and I literally had to get reminded of the drama that was like Mia and Lissa and Aaron. I was like, oh wow, that actually was a lot of tea, but it's been a hot minute. Aaron's back, baby. He is there visiting family. He does not like, because he dipped from like the school and all that kind of stuff, so it's not really doing the royal thing and the courts and the all those things, right?
Yeah, it says he left the academy a few months ago, which I assume was like after the attack.
Yeah.
But they don't specify. It just says that he left.
Right. Yeah.
So whatever.
And then,
because who gives a fuck?
Right.
It's just like he doesn't matter.
Right. He's just some dude. But apparently no, because he's here and there's drama. And Lissa, very drunk, but being like, oh my god, thank you for saving me. We should stay in touch. Like, let me know what's going on. Like, what's your vibe? And they're just kind of being, very close to each other and being very flirty. And he's like, well, could I get a goodbye kiss because I rescued you? And Lissa laughs, but is like, you know what? Who cares? Fuck it. Christian's not here. Nobody's gonna call the boyfriend cop on me. Like, I'm just here living my flirty, drunken life. I'm having a good time. Everything's fine, and I'm definitely not having a cheating and having just a terrible emotional moment right now and whiplash. Right. But you know what? Let's do it. And they do. They kiss for what seems like a little bit longer than a friendship kind of kiss, especially since it's on the lips. Just a little bit of a...
And the messy... This is all messy, right? But, like, Rose is able to tell that Lissa finds Aaron attractive still.
Right.
But she very clearly does not love him anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So it's weird that Lissa would be like... it's not weird that she'd be like, yeah, like, let's still stay in touch.
Right. Yeah.
Right? I feel like some exes can do that, whatever.
That seems normal and possible. Yeah.
That's a thing. What is weird is to say goodbye and to kiss on the lips with someone who not only have you not seen in months and you're not close to, but you also have not talked to your partner that's like a vibe that you can do. So, what?
Yeah.
But Lissa's like very obviously like not in it right now. Something's happening.
Yeah, and Jill gets very upset about it. She's like, you kissed that guy.
Jill, the fucking purity cop.
Yeah. You're a cheater. You're a dirty little cheater. How dare you? How can you do that when Christian loves you?
Don't you know you can get pregnant from
Yeah,
it's
Lissa.
Just so over the top.
Yeah, it's incredibly. She just and like Jill's quite a bit younger than most everyone, to my knowledge, right? Because she's like in the.
I think she's like 4 years.
Yeah,
younger.
so she's just reacting very emotionally, which is valid. It's fine, but like makes Lissa go fully out.
Just feral.
Absolutely feral.
Which is not great. Like, listen, Jill, I get it. I get that you're like, hey, you just cheated. Mm-hmm. That's fucked up. Because you're not wrong.
Right.
I don't know. You don't know that about their relationship. Mm-hmm. You can assume that, and it's true.
Right.
But also, Lissa just is like, just goes full, like,
yeah, it's like, don't bring your crush on him into this. like, you're just jealous. Like, all this shit. Which is not a great look.
Unhinges her jaw on her, which is bad.
Yeah.
And weirdly, I don't even know how... Oh, I think it's because Avery starts to get into this and is like, okay, just like back up the two of you. And Jill just has no chill. And then all of a sudden, and I knew from the first time I saw Reed that I felt this like weird incestuous relationship with the two of these.
Yeah.
But Avery's brother Reed pops up out of nowhere and is
You're pissing everyone off.
You're pissing everyone off. No one likes you. You need to leave. And it's like, whoa. First of all.
And then Adrian has to be all up in here. It's like, let's not yell at a child. It's like, let's be cool here. Okay.
Adrian, who's been calling Jill jailbait this whole time, is defending her honor. It was like, okay, well, weird, but sure. Very odd confrontation. Yeah. But nasty. I don't like all of it.
Yeah, it's not great.
No, it's not. I don't. Nasty.
Yeah. Ugh.
Rose always trying to go into Lyssa's head for relief and then just leaving really stressed
Right.
out.
She like gets back in her own head and she's like, God damn it. Like, everything is worse. Everything is so bad.
Right.
And like nobody's even like standing up for Lyssa or even realizing that like she's in a really bad spot right now and providing actual material help or anything.
Because the only person that would is Christian and he's not there.
Right. And she's like...
Because he knows that the royal court's fucked up.
Right. And they're all just like willing to like vibe it out. And she's like, you can't do... No, this is not what this is.
No.
And Rose is like, man, this is really reminding me of how bad it was when we first came into St. Vlad's and her energy stuff and all the spirit things going on. Except now it's like really bad when we used to have a handle on it. And she's thinking about, you know, how... What's-his-face told her about, like, being able to, like, take the energy from her, right? And Rose is like, you know, I've been seemingly channeling that into my, you know, rage of Strigoi killing and trying to find Dimitri and all that. Like, I've been full, you know, emotion locked, just fueling on that dark energy rage. But if I have that, and also she has that, like, what does that mean? Like, are we sharing this?
What's the weather going to
be like? Right. Anyway,
like,
whatever. Next.
Probably not an issue.
We'll circle back on that later.
Yeah. Especially when Rose is already preoccupied with having to take care of, like, 6.
Yeah, her 6 sons. Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Her adopted sons.
Her gaggle of boys. Yeah. Ugh. Who, while they are where they are currently living at the moment, is in a, like, she says is like kind of in a bad part of town.
Yeah.
There's this woman, apparently, that Rose has had a run-in with before. Yeah. Like an older woman who apparently likes to just, like, vibe out in the street. Yeah. And... I know the plot reason why Ferrero put this in, but it's just a weird... It felt unnecessary.
It's a very strange tone
thing. Why?
Yeah, because it's like this woman who, you know, is usually outside of this place on the street. She's kind of laying down now, and the other kids are like, oh, she's always here, you know, we gotta... whatever, she'll be fine kind of thing. And they go in and Rose is like, I kind of do want to make sure she's okay.
Yeah.
And, you know, she goes out, reaches out to her hand, you know, and picks her up, and she's very excited to see Rose. And it's just like speaking fully in Russian. Rose has no idea what the fuck she's saying. Does some cool little dances with her dress. Very fun. Love that energy.
Rose is like, I just want to make sure that you're not.
Yeah. Rose is like, I'm not here to chat. Like, are you good? Because I'm gonna dip. Okay. You have fun though. Nice chat with you. I'm a dip. Okay. And then
I die. And then I'm
gone, girl. Because of course, when Rose is all by herself, no one to her defenses, she gets that fun little nausea pit and is like, fuck, what am I gonna do?
Because of course it's when you least expect it. Yes. When you're not planning for it.
And she's like, all right, I guess I gotta fight this person. And who the fuck is it? It's Dimitri. Uh-oh. It's so fucked up. It's so fucked up.
When I read this, I wanted to just yeet my phone into traffic. Because, like, when Rose says, like, no, that was my immediate reaction. Because, like, why now?
Right.
Like, you absolute piece of shit.
Yeah.
If you had, which we find out in the next chapter, these kind of, like, mafia connections, why did you wait until she went after you?
Yeah. Right.
God, I'm just... And it's him, right? And so she freezes.
Yep, she hesitates.
Because
she notices, too, she's in a spot where she could fully kill him. Like, she has her stake.
Just absolutely
she's, like, prepared. She can swipe at him and do it, but she's looking at his eyes and how they've changed. But how most of him, outside of his eyes and, like, his face, right, look exactly the same. And, of course, she's flabbergasted and is like, fuck, I was, like, mentally preparing for this, but it's very hard to see it in real life, and also to be quick on your feet and actionable about it. And so, of course, she hesitates, and then she doesn't. She gets fucked, right? Like, cannot hang. And then she is in blackness.
And the worst thing about all of this is, like, right before she sees Black, right before he knocks her out, and this is where I was like, all right, just, like, we're halfway through this book, just kill me now, is he says Rosa, and he sounds the exact same to her. And he says, and apparently he sounds the exact same, but it's more just like deadpan, apparently. And he says, you forgot my first lesson. Don't hesitate. And then he fucking knocks her out cold.
Hey, so like, Rochelle, what the fuck is wrong with you?
What happened to
Quick question.
To do
Are you good?
Because
I'm not.
Because it has to
I'm not good after this.
And here's the problem. This is absolutely my shit. I love this so much, but it hurts. And that's not what I signed up for. I signed up for a series of 6 books that I could make fun of. This was supposed to be an easy, like, 2 years.
Yeah. And look where we are.
And now I'm emotionally invested, and I just want to say to the people who are like, oh yeah, just read this, it'll be funny, it's good goose. What books were you
It'll
reading?
Be fun, they said.
I will be sending my people to talk to your people.
We're gonna have to invoice y'all about our therapy bills.
So, chapter 18, tell me about it.
I don't wanna. Can we just stop? Can the book just be over? Can we just stop? Okay. Fine. I'm here.
Because here's the thing. It should, right? It should.
We're only halfway through this book. Okay. I need to just make sure that is known. We are halfway through this book, and this is book 4 out of 6. So let's just keep that in our minds right now.
Like, what? Hello?
Okay. Chapter 18. She wakes up in a room that she has never been in before.
Great
start. Feeling good. And she's in like an enormous fluffy bed, and she's like, okay, that's a little strange. This feels like,
so I'm dead, right?
Right.
Like that's what
this
I would
feels
think.
like either I'm in a very bougie hotel or I'm dead or both.
Or
you
both.
know?
Yeah.
And so she's like, okay, let's just survey the room a little bit. Okay. You know, I've learned some things in school. Most of those things I didn't want to pay attention to, but it seems like it's actually making sense now. She has no nausea.
Spidey senses?
Her spidey senses are good. She's feeling nothing. She's, she realizes she doesn't have her steak anymore, which sucks, but she's kind of expecting that.
Not great.
And she sees like a light switch on the wall. Doesn't really do anything. It has a keypad on the door, which is locked, obviously. And it's just like, cool. So I guess I'm just in here.
Stuck.
That's great. Love that. There's like a TV, a big TV, and like a DVD player.
on the surface, this suite that she is in, decked out.
Yeah.
There's food.
She's got a cool fridge. They
entertainment.
have cut cheeses, perfectly cut cheeses.
There's a window that she's able to see out to the like wilderness. She cannot see any sort of like civilization.
Right.
Here's the fucked up thing, and it takes her like maybe an hour, maybe 2. I would say like an hour to figure out. Nothing has like splint. There's nothing that can be used as a weapon.
Yeah.
TV can't break. Windows can't break. Glass, like the mirror, can't break.
She tries to like
It's
hit
all
stuff
been,
with a
like,
chair, does nothing. It's all like iron or, bulletproof stuff. It's all incredibly high-tech shit.
almost like it was made for a fucking newborn vampire.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, it cannot be, it's like not destructible.
Yeah.
Which is not great.
And then, after sort of trying to fumble with all of these things in her surroundings, her tummy, her spidey sense activates. And she's like...
Which tummy hurts.
And, yeah, my tummy hurts. And she's like, fuck. And, has her chair, is going to charge for the door, and be like, try to kill whoever it is.
Same.
And it's Dimitri. And she's like, God fucking damn it. And of course, trying to, like, fight him.
This time
She's ready. She's like, I'm rested. I'm good to go. I know exactly what he looks like. Like, I'm still a little caught off guard by all of this, but I'm like...
I might have a concussion, but I don't give a shit.
Fuck. And also, like, I'm not thinking of this Dimitri anymore. He's a Strigoi. I gotta kill him. Like, this is it.
Yeah.
And they're fighting, and obviously she's not doing great, because she has no real weapon. And also, Dimitri was already hard to fight when he was a Hampier, and now he's a Strigoi, which means he is faster, stronger.
Like, holding her head, and she's like running.
Right, she's just like, please.
Punching, but not making any.
Yeah, it's not a great show of her skills here. Yeah. And Dimitri just keeps being like, Rose, like, you're wasting your time. Just stop. Like, I'm not gonna hurt you. It's okay. And of course she's like, no, fuck you. I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm gonna do whatever it takes right now.
Like, that's the voice I love, but my tummy hurts. So, like, what's the truth? You
Exactly.
know what I mean?
And she, like...
Again, I have to ask for what the fuck is wrong with you?
Hey, stop it. I don't like this.
Do you want to talk about your abusive relationships? Because, like...
Yeah.
I hate this.
it's bad. And she, like, rips, the DVD player off the shelf and the cords. Nice. And just tries to, like, pummel at him. And swing at him.
This is like 2006. That cost a lot.
Right, exactly. It does not really do a lot. Dimitri kind of intercepts and takes it and throws it away.
I do love the fact that she was probably like all the cords.
Right, just like
the red, white, and yellow one. She's just swinging, like whipping.
Come on, like a lasso. It's like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
And he's like, Rosa, I'm not gonna hurt you. Just stop. Okay. And at this point, she's like, fuck, I'm gonna strike you got my hands, you got my arms, I'm just gonna start kicking you. Like, I'm gonna find anything. But noticing, like, she doesn't have the full weight of her body, like, she can't have, like, it's just, the cards are not in her favor here. And he, like, pushes her against a wall. And just like, stop it. Stop fighting me, okay? And she keeps trying, but she's like, you know what? This is very hard for me to believe that, okay? You gotta level with me here, buddy. This is very hard for me to think that you're saying anything that's not total bullshit, okay?
Seeing as you're undead.
Right. And he's like, if I wanted to kill you, I would have killed you. And I think you know that, Like, just stop fighting and I won't have to, like, tie you up or something, You're not going to escape. Yes. Okay. You're not going to escape. I know you're not going to try. Like, just fucking chill out. I'm not going to do anything to you.
When she asks, aren't you afraid I'll escape? And he says no, like I am not.
I'm not. Okay. I am.
I'm not okay.
They just kind of like stand there for a really long time without saying anything. Like, he's still kind of like holding her up, making sure she's not going to fight or do anything. And, she goes back into her mind to being like, the old Dimitri, blah, 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 this is what it feels like. And she's like, I can't do that right now. And they ease up. They're both just kind of like standing a foot apart from each other, still not really speaking to each other. And she's just fixated on like...
Because what do you say?
Right, like what do you fucking do? Like what the fuck is the point here, you know?
Yeah.
And he's like, why did you come here? She's like, you know why the fuck
Homie.
I came here. Like, you knocked me out, you dragged me here. I'm a prisoner.
I love her.
Obviously. And he's like, that's not what I was asking. Why are you here in this country? Like, what the fuck? And she's like, I came to find you. What's the deal? And he's like, fuck, you really fucked up my plans. I came here to run away from you so we didn't have to have this situation. And she's like, what the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean? You know, she's like, you can just let me go. If you don't want to do that, I can just fucking leave.
The fact that, like, she has been waiting months now to have this conversation, right? Probably, I would be shocked if she wasn't thinking about it every single day and imagining it. And to know now that what he actually wanted to say was, I came here not to see my family, but to get away from you. Yeah. Like, hello? Like, what?
I want to die. I want to jump out this window.
I'm... And I think that, like, this is what I was afraid of. In the sense that, like, what we are seeing on the outside is Dimitri looks the same. Yeah. Right? And I think that, like, that is what Rose had, I think a part of her, anyways, had hoped for. It's like, well, even if he turns Strigoi, like, it'll still be Dimitri. He's so strong. Like, it won't matter. Right? He's so tough. But that's not how this works. No. It's not just exempt for one person. Right. And I'm afraid that this is her realizing, like, no, homie, you have to mourn him now. Right. Even though he's, like, standing right in front of you. And that's so much more painful. Ferrero. Oh, my God. Okay. All right.
He's being very nice, too, which is fucked up.
It's not
He's like, hey, do you want anything? Sorry, I know this place is pretty stacked, but if there's any other kind of food you want, some books, entertainment stuff. And she's like,
I can reassemble your TV.
Right, yeah, I can just I can figure that out. Sorry about that.
We have TiVo.
Right, yeah. We have TiVo. And she's like, what? This is not a hotel. Like, I'm literally a prisoner here. Like, don't sweeten it up, literally. Okay? And he's like, it is kind of a hotel. Like, I can speak to Galena and make sure you can get whatever you want. And she's like, who the fuck is Galena? And it turns out she was his old school instructor. And he was in school. And is a Strigoi. And now, like, runs this whole fucking... whatever this is. This thing. Now she's just, like, top dog at this thing.
It's like I don't know, it sounds kind of, I mean, it's not exactly right, but it sounds kind of like the Volturi. Right. Like these rogue Strigoi, she's, like, in power of that. Yes.
And he, like, works for her now. And Rose gets a little self-conscious, which is like, it's like, hey, Rose, maybe think about some other stuff right now. 'Cause she's like, wow, wouldn't be the first, student-teacher relationship that I knew of, It's like, Rose... we have different priorities here. Okay? Focus. And she keeps trying to pull out information, being like, how far away are we out of the city? Like, what's the vibe? And he's like, I know what you're doing, Rose. I'm not going to tell you that information.
I literally taught
Rose.
You
you can't fucking do that, okay? And again, they go back to the thing of, like, you failed. You could have killed me. And you should have, you failed, and I'm disappointed in you. And she's like, motherfucker, I don't need this shit right now, okay? I don't need you to judge me like you always do. Dimitri, fuck off, okay?
The thing that I found really interesting is, like, so they're having this back and forth, and she's still staying at her essence, like Rose, right? She's like, I'm, and I think that's something she had mentioned before, is like, if I'm going to die, I'm going to stay true to myself, which we've seen before with her. But something that she mentions is, like, her spidey sense, her nausea, the longer she spends with him never really goes away. But she's able to start ignoring it a little bit more. It, like, kind of fades to the background, which is interesting, because when he starts to explain, like, how she heard about... Sorry, my cat's disrespectful. So he obviously got word.
Yes, right. From that other network,
Strigoi. From their, like, Strigoi Facebook, whatever the fuck. And he was like, yeah, I mean, I was, like, curious, because if anyone could have killed me, like, it would be you, but you didn't, like, you fucked up.
Right.
And Rose seems very sure, like, I'm not going to hesitate next time. And he's like,
oh, sweetie.
you're not going to, there won't be a next time. And I'm glad that he finally got to, because, like, why the fuck would she be here if not? Is, like, he finally says, like, I could have killed you already, but the other option, and why I brought you here, obviously, is, like, I could turn you. And this is, like... And he doesn't even say it like that, right? The fucked up thing with the Strigoi that we've seen is, like, he says, I could awaken.
Right, yeah. It's like, I can bring it to a new level of consciousness. Yeah. And she's like, are you fucking kidding me? Absolutely not. Like...
Because the whole thing about him is he was like, before he was a Strigoi, he's like, I'd rather die.
And she was like, I was trying to, like, carry that out and make sure that, like, you wouldn't be compromised and your life wouldn't be compromised because you're not really alive, you know? And he's like, I said that when I was young and foolish and I didn't really know, you know? This is, like, a whole different experience. It's like life but better, you know? We can be together forever. This could be our life. It could be amazing. Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, hey, sir, fuck off. Stop this. How dare you?
It's so gross, because he's like, it's like being a god, Rose. Like, everything that you've ever wanted, we could be together forever. And the nasty thing, right, is he's the only person that would make her even consider it. And so right now, she still says no.
Yeah.
And I am afraid, because we are halfway through this book, I don't know how long that's going to last. Because if this turns into what it seems like Furrow was alluding to, of some fucking Stockholm Syndrome, then, like, what, how, hello? Like, he's just going to keep her in there until what? She says yes?
Yeah.
That's not how this works.
And then we get these two other folks come into the door.
Oh, yeah, these fucking... All right, yeah.
The Strigoi, the Blondie, which we all remember from apparently seeing Lissa when she was young. But, you know, Rose has recognized him and seen him a few times when he was on the academy grounds.
Fucking Nathan. Yeah.
And then the other...
Fuck this dude.
And then the other is apparently the one who had turned Dimitri. So, great vibes in this room right now. And this guy is like, what is going on? Like, do you have some pet in here? Like, what the fuck? We're running a business? We can't, like, just have Hampiers roaming about, getting all of our nice cheeses, and just living here. Okay. And Dimitri's like, it's none of your fucking business. I'm working on it. Okay. This is my thing. I have permission from Galena. So, fuck out of here. Okay.
Because I think that the two people that entered, one was the Strigoi, Nathan, who Rose knew because that's Nathan. Nathan was the one who, during the Academy attack, was like,
tasty.
Right. And he was the one who ended up turning Dimitri, which is, like, so fucked up, Pharaoh. Like, knock it off. And then the other person who had entered the room was the human. Because they keep a couple of humans, which is why this reminds me of the Volturi. They keep a couple of humans there as, like, people, like, help. But they say, like, we'll turn you if you help us, which is so nasty. I thought it was interesting, though, because, like, fuck Nathan, this guy's gross, fuck him. The human who comes in and brings food in for Rose brought her a full-ass pepperoni.
Right, yeah. It's like, I thought you, like, would want this. This is good for you.
It's like, she brought her, like, a pizza and then this huge brownie with frosting. And at first, Dimitri was like, yeah, it's your favorite foods. And then Rose later realizes, like, these don't require utensils, so they wouldn't need weapons. And it's like,
come on. There's also some fucked up shit with Nathan of being like, oh my god, Rose, hey bestie, what's up?
Hey,
you can lead us to Lissa, and that's really valuable, so let's, like, make that happen. And Dimitri's like, no, get the fuck out, that's not a request. It's not on the table. But obviously, seems like that's gonna be on the table at some point.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck this dude's plan is. Because Dimitri's like, yeah, like, here's all this food. It's not poison.
Yeah,
promise.
I swear. Trust me.
And then he leaves her with this food and is like, I gotta go. I have business to do. I'll see you later.
Right.
And it's like,
what's going on?
What is this? What do you do?
Yeah.
Like, what is your job?
Yeah.
Do you just, like... Do you work at a bank?
Right.
Like,
what's actually the thing?
And
Rose 2 is like, I'm not going to eat any of that shit. I'm going to starve here. Yeah. Because, like, fuck you.
No, like, she's very much like, if your plan is to, like, turn me into a Strigoi, then I'm going to make that then I'm just going to not eat, and I'll just take care of this myself.
And he's like, I could turn you before then. Yeah, or she's like, you could, whatever. But he's like, I would rather do it when you're, like, willing. And it's like, okay, stop this.
Because I'm such a
I'm a nice guy.
It's like,
man. God.
Here's the thing. I'm very interested in this. I think this is a very interesting, this is not necessarily where I saw this going. So I am intrigued, but so from a reading perspective, very cool, very interested. My heart
in a bad spot.
Yeah. This is painful, and I don't like it.
Yeah,
and I don't feel good about it.
Vibe. I'm feeling sick.
I'm scared. I'm shaking. I'm crying. I'm throwing up. Next week we have chapters 19 and 20. Friends, here's the thing. We were like, when's she gonna find Dimitri? Here's the thing. I don't know if she's gonna be able to get the fuck out of this place. So I don't know how things are gonna go.
I'm scared.
You know what doesn't make me scared, though?
Ooh.
What makes me feel nice and happy and warm is our patrons.
Thank you to Katie Black.
Ooh. Thank you to Kylie Minty.
Thank you to Alex Dornan.
Ooh. Thank you to Carrie Goldberg.
Ow, ow, ow.
Ow, ow.
Thank you to Rebecca Cullen.
Ooh. Thank you to Jasmine Anastasia.
Ow, ow.
Ow, ow.
Thank you to Cassandra Bomer.
Ooh. Thank you to Megan Pattinson.
Ow, ow, ooh. Thank you to Cassandra O'Shea.
O'Shea. Thank you to Clara Belikov.
Pew, 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 pew. Thank you to Katya Karp.
Ooh. Thank you to Hannah Dragomir.
Pew, 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 pew.
Ooh.
Thank you to Hope Castile.
Ooh. Thank you to Rachel Ashford.
Pew, 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 pew. Thank you to Maddie Facinelli.
Ooh. Thank you to Samara Rinaldi.
Ooh. Thank you to Genevieve Morgan.
Ooh. Thank you to Tess Avery.
Ow. Thank you to Danielle Burke.
Ooh. Thank you to my mom, your mom, our mom, Kelly Beck.
Mom.
Mom.
Thank you to Sophia Salinger.
Ooh. Thank you to Lara 40.
Pew, pew, pew. Thank you to Dan Zeklos.
Ooh. Thank you to Maria Swan.
Pew, pew, pew.
Pew, pew, pew.
Thank you to India Peach.
Ooh. And last but certainly not least, thank you to Emily Ozera.
Pew, 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 pew.
So I have a fan fiction for you. This was sent in by India Peach, and it was written by India Peach.
Oh my god. Yes.
I know. Here was the email that was sent in. India writes, the third, there were a couple others, is a Rose Dimitri one-shot that Allie outlined in episode 278. It was such a good idea and felt like the least I could do for making y'all so sad. I genuinely thought it was a bittersweet thought experiment. I had no clue how poorly timed it would be in light of the chapters from last week, so I'm especially sorry.
Listen, it's okay, India. We ragged on you a little hard, and I'm sorry. No one could have known. It's okay.
It's all in love.
Yes.
So, this is from who we know as India Peach, but on Archive of Our Own, author Vox_Phantasma, and this is titled Rings of Ribbon. The summary is, one shot. Dimitri has tried to propose to Rose a couple times now, but she doesn't seem to register his sincerity. All the while, she's been waiting for the perfect opportunity to ask him herself. So, this is from Dimitri's perspective. I'm only going to read a little because I want you all to go and read and support this. Oh, God. Okay. The first was at a gas station on the way back from their road trip during Lissa's spring break. She laughed as she held up the Funyuns in her hand and replied, "Yeah, I think Dr. Pepper can officiate." It stung for a moment that she brushed it off, but he understood it probably didn't seem like the real thing under the circumstances. The second time was at the grocery store when she was doing an uncomfortable jig, waiting for the bathroom to open up. She was disproportionately angry in comparison to the silly dance she was doing, which Dimitri found to be a perfect reflection of her dichotomy. She simply yelled, "Fuck you, I have to pee," as she barreled her way past the restroom's exiting occupant. By the time she came back out, she was on to another subject, and Dimitri felt the moment pass. She hadn't taken him seriously yet, but that caused no hesitation as he blurted out, "Damn it, Rosa, will you marry me already?" She shifted her feet and looked up at him mischievously. "I don't know, maybe, if you can catch me." Dimitri let out a humored sigh of defeat. He meant it every time, but it was clear he couldn't do this subtly if he wanted a real answer. He chased after Rose, something he knew he'd do forever, wed or not. End scene. What is wrong with you?
I am emotionally drained.
This is what I need and not what the book is giving me right now.
I need it so bad. Can we just read these fan fictions instead? Can we
please, God.
If you guys just keep writing one-offs and stuff, we don't have to read Rochelle Mead ever again, and we don't have to see how this ends up. And maybe our hearts will be protected.
God. This is from what I looked at, this one shot is very beautiful and sad and perfect. So yes. Please go read it. It's beautiful. Thank you, India. You are forgiven. We tease you all in love. So thank you.
Yes, thank you for your service.
We have given you so many great recommendations. Our bonus Jonas will be up soon, if not already.
Yeah.
And it's a good one.
It's a fun one. Yeah.
It's a fun one. As we say here in the Pacific Northwest.
Get bit.
And get whipped.
Ooh. Into the Twilight is an Earbud Media production. You can follow us on Twitter at Into the Twilight or on TikTok at Into the Twilight Show. You can find me at Cody Corral on Twitter and Allie at Alexandria Does. And you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/Into the Twilight. We have merch, so much stuff. All those links are in the episode description. And make sure to rate and review us on your favorite podcast hosting platform. It really helps the show. Thanks. Bye.
You've been listening to Earbud Media Production. Earbud Media, audio for everyone.